Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. The LA studio is closing for Star Citizen for CIG. I want to talk about that and the letter that went out to the concierge members, but also have a look at the newsletter from this week and talk about all the things that happened this week, very briefly anyway. It's my birthday, and so I was supposed to have the day off, but I just wanted to talk about the news very briefly. So, this email went out to the Chairman's Club members, so people that are concierge, people that have spent over $1,000 on the game or more. Esteemed Chairman's Club member, as we push full steam ahead on Squadron 42 and Star Citizen 1.0, we're making some moves, literally. As shared in a previous letter from the chairman, we're taking steps to make sure our developers are right where they need to be for the final stretch, which means moving key staff to be closer to their teams and counterparts in other studios. That also means we're saying a bittersweet goodbye to our Los Angeles studio. So the LA studio is closing. To celebrate everything our LA studio brought to the project, we're gifting all members of the Chairman's Club a special piece of our history, an in-game replica of the Constellation artwork that hung above Chris Roberts' desk for so many years. It's a way to honour the office, but also your unwavering support in helping make our shared universe a reality. So yeah, there's a framed Constellation picture, which is going to be in-game flair for concierge people. The in-game replica is heading your way in Alpha 4.1.0. Here's the memories, the future, and all the amazing things still to come. Thank you for your continued support. So yeah, the closing of the LA studio is an interesting one. It was sort of just doing, from what I can tell, for the most part, admin, and it was being running like as a skeleton crew. It was like their old headquarters before they moved around to like the UK and Frankfurt and had their major studios there. So the UK is the sort of head office now, with most of the operations going on, but they still have Austin, they still have Frankfurt, and they have Montreal as well. I think it's going to save them quite a lot of money getting rid of that studio, and then obviously focusing on the other major ones. Does also appear to be one of the reasons they've lost some of the talent and some of the C-suite executives from CIG. Bit of a shuffle around with that stuff, but also some people would have been unwilling or unable to relocate. So yeah, hopefully this is just going to make everything a bit more efficient and make them save a good amount of money. I'm interested to know, is this one of the reasons that the financials haven't been published for us? Because typically at the end of each year, they sort of give us those previous year's financials on the Cloud Imperium Games website, but that has yet to appear yet. Tell me what you think in the comments below about all of that. We also have the CIG newsletter. Last call for the UEE's St. Patrick's Day celebration. Stellar Fortuna. Jump into the verse to claim an all-new Spectrum badge, participate in a bar crawl screenshot contest for a chance to win prizes, and more. So some green ships, some sort of racing sort of skins, and a racing suit sort of set. Things like that you can grab at the moment. Plus, we're gearing up for the release of Alpha 4.0. Check out the latest patch watch post highlighting upcoming features, improvements, and fixes not listed on the public roadmap. So there's some pretty big stuff that 4.1 is doing. Obviously, we've got item recovery, which is pretty big and a huge change to the game with Tier 0. But there's stuff like a FPS weapons rebalance. They've given pilots access to more remote turrets by default on ships. They've divided out some of the FPS and vehicle minables, so they're more exclusive to those particular sort of mining pathways. There's been a radar rework. There's absolutely tons of stuff in 4.1 and tons of stuff that's not mentioned on the roadmap that is in that patch. So really, really good patch at the moment. They are still trying to fix some bugs and some intermittent sort of bandwidth in issues, where effectively it's 30k, but either you get a spike of activity or no activity from the server for a prolonged period of time, which is not ideal. Something else that's quite exciting is in Alpha 4.0, they've also now shown off the ATLS, the Atlas Geo. So this is basically the ATLS suit, but instead of being a cargo carrier sort of tractor beamer, it is a mining mech. Actually, interestingly, looking at the latest Alpha 4.1 patch notes, there's 5 known issues left, and they appear to have removed the bandwidth in the BW in bug from that issue list. So hopefully it's actually been fixed now. So yeah, in the latest PTU patch, they fixed 3 client crashes. They fixed some issues that was sometimes causing Wickelow's dialogue audio to not trigger. They fixed explosion damage on the EMS size 1 Rad-Eye missiles. They were causing loads of additional splash damage. FPS weapons were leaving trails behind the actor's hands while in motion. You should be keeping your loadout after leaving Klesha prison now, or the loadout you previously had. They fixed some problems with the ATC and queuing and getting into your hangar. And apparently you were able to revive NPCs by leaving and then returning to a location. So this patch is very close to being a release candidate. There's no blocker issues. There's no listed blockers. There are a few critical issues though, and some high priority ones. So party members aren't appearing on the star map or area map. Wickelow, the missions for the Bounty Collector basically turning in additional items has those items disappear, and then loads of additional items spawning in the freight elevator. Asteroids that surround the Stanton Gateway can still intersect the jump point and cause collisions with ships that don't want to collide with them, and failing a jump point can displace their player really far away from the gateway station. Something else that appears to be in 4.1, other than the Atlas Geo, there also appears to be a Drake Golem starting mining ship as well, which I think will make a lot of people that want to do the sort of mining at the smallest scale in a ship possibility, and yeah, and really, really good for players that want to start the career in mining there. This patch very much is the line and mine patch. It's obviously got aliens in with the Valakar, their little tiny sandworms at the moment, and their Bounty Collector. I am absolutely loving it, but I'd really like to know what you think in the comments below. We'll be taking a look at those new vehicles in the coming week, and when I've got a little tiny bit more time. If you would like to further support the channel, consider clicking the join button or becoming a patron, all that sort of jazz. Like, share, subscribe, that all helps. We have a ship giveaway every month as well, so all you need to do is comment on one of my videos throughout March to be in for a chance of winning, this time, a Super Hornet Mark II with Heartseeker kit. It also comes with a game package and lifetime insurance. It was kindly given to us by CIG. What's that? You want to get yourself some NordVPN? Oh, well, you want to click the links down below then, because that helps out the channel and gets you some NordVPN real cheap. Or you can go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. I like it for all the privacy, security, and accessibilities that it gives me. We also have Tobii eye trackers on sale at the moment if you want some precision head and eye tracking in Star Citizen. So yeah, click the links down below for that. I am really interested to know what people think about the LA studio closing. Are they like, yeah, that's actually a really good idea, or no, this is terrible for some reason? Do you like the idea of that Atlas Geo? And what do you think of the Drake Golem? Do you think actually starting mine is a really good idea? Probably starting ships for everything, every particular role in game, every mechanic in game is a good idea in my opinion. But whatever your thoughts or questions are, chuck them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.